Good morning, guys. Check out my new hot ride for the day. Comes complete with bumper stickers, hot girls hit curbs, please don't honk, I'm sensitive, and over there, bestie, please let me merge. I'm so excited to drive this today. Why am I driving this today? Because my PHEV Mitsubishi Outlander 2018, I'm sure you're mostly familiar with what I drive, died again on me last night. So we knew it was only a matter of time. This is the third time that I've got the RBS EV system needs service warning. And when that happens, the PHEV goes into limp mode. The engine won't run, and hopefully you've got some electric in there. You can still get it up to 40 to 50 kilometers an hour. You could get out and push the thing faster than it will go, but you can limp it along. Four-way flashers on, stay over on the side. Anyway, last night I'm coming home from the gym, and I can tell you guys, this is exactly the scenario. No electric heat. I mean, it was hot. No air conditioning, no heated seats, no radio was on, nothing. I'm heading home. I start to slow down for the lights on the highway, so I'm actually braking, and I hear ding, and I get the RBS system needs service, and then 2 seconds later it flips over to EVS system needs service, and it goes into limp mode. Now this is the third time in the last 2 months that this has happened to the car. I can also tell you guys that we went 1,100 kilometers between them sending my car down south for service, which was basically they just reset the computer in it, which North Bay had already done twice before, so it's been reset 3 times. So anyway, after the car dies last night, I limp it down to Mitsubishi. I get there probably about 10 after 5, and of course the garage closes at 5. But Gina was still there. Gina is the front service desk. I forget what her title is. But anyway, she's still there. So I said, I'm leaving the car here. I've had to get my wife to come pick me up. And she says, well, it's okay that the car is here because we've got your new part. They've ordered a ceramic heater for this battery system, a $7,000 part by the time they install it with labor. And she says, we were going to put it in tomorrow. And I said, well, it's 5 o'clock and nobody called me to tell me to bring the car in tomorrow. How is that going to happen? Well, we have the part here and this is what we're going to do. The car's here now. We're going to install it. Okay, great. So I told her, I need a car. If this is going to be fixed tomorrow, fine. I'll borrow my daughter's car because I knew Hannah was working from home. But I do have the diamond planned and they should be giving me a rental. It's written right on the front page of your plan. Trip interruption, rental, blah, blah, blah. They've already diagnosed this car. So that was their argument the last time that it died and they didn't give me a rental. I had to pay for my own rental for a week. Was, the car wasn't diagnosed, which was untrue because they had the car for the exact same issue 5 weeks earlier. They had the car for 8 days for the same RBS EV system, and they diagnosed it that it needed a computer reset, I guess is what they do now. Anyway, I know this sounds like a lot of Gary whining, but I'm trying to tell you guys, this is the uphill battle that you face with this company. They will not admit fault on this. We all know that their computer is saying that my car has a low voltage warning, which is what trips off these other EV system and RBS. The RBS system is the regenerative braking system. So it's all tied together. It's all tied to that drive battery. My battery, as you guys know, only holds 55% of a full charge. 22 amp hours the last time I checked it here 2-3 weeks ago. And it's supposed to be a 40 amp hour battery. So Mitsubishi needs to be sued by about 6,000 owners is what needs to happen because we all have these same numbers. And that's where I'm going with this, guys, is I contacted the Auto Protection Agency or whatever it is for Canada today. We don't have lemon laws here, only in Quebec. So each province is different. And now we have tried to get a class action lawsuit started for this before. We had over 4,000 signatures. We couldn't get a law firm that was interested in doing a class action lawsuit. So I think it's going to come down to us having to sue them individually. Now, in my case, I actually have a dealer here. The local dealer is saying, Gary, you have a legitimate claim. We agree to that. I've tried to order you a battery. Mitsubishi Canada canceled the order. I contact Mitsubishi Canada. I'm in contact with them as well as the local guys. I keep sending emails to both. The last email I got from Mitsubishi Canada was, sorry to hear of all your troubles. Please speak to Jason, the local manager, and deal with him. Like, they are no help at all. They're just brushing this off, waiting for my warranty to end. So that's the final straw. They're putting in this battery heater today, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to fix my issue with the RBS EV warning coming up and me being stranded on the road again for a fourth time. So what's going to happen then is I therefore, at that next point that it gets back in their shop again for this system again, I am going to have to bring in a lawyer, and that's it. That's the next step. And I've already told them that this is what I'm going to do. And they said, well, we want to buy you out of this problem. This is a headache for you. It's a headache for us. We don't have time for this. And they offered me $7,000 for the car. So nonsense. You're not trying to buy me out of this problem. You're just trying to get rid of me. And that doesn't solve my problem. Yes, I get that the car is older, but it still has 2.5 years warranty. And if you warrantied it for 10 years, you had better damn well back it up for 10 years. And they're not. So the email I got this morning from Jason, I sent him a full update. This is what I was doing with the car when this happened. I gave him as much information as I could remember. Here it is. It's in your shop tomorrow. He's always over at Toyota because he's a manager at Toyota as well as Mitsubishi. Conflict of interest? Hell yeah. So I sent him this email. He gets back to me this morning and says, I won't be at the shop. Gina will be there. Unfortunately, we don't have any rentals for you. Well, guess what? I have the Diamond plan that states that right in there. And I'm just keeping track of all of this because this is all unacceptable. And I will not buy another vehicle from Mitsubishi because of this, which kind of pain in my ass because I like the Outlander, but we're at a point now where it's unreliable and I can't trust it. So that's not even an option. It's also not an option for me to buy from Toyota here in town because it's the same owner. And I will not, after the treatment I've gotten through the Mitsubishi transaction, give him $90,000 for a new vehicle. I was looking and I'm on the list for the Toyota RAV4 PHEV next year. I can't in all good conscience buy that off this guy. Even when I told him, buy the car back off of me, and I was going to buy the RAV4, he wasn't going to lose anything. He still wouldn't deal with me. $7,000. Come on. If the vehicle value is $15,000, which it is, which is what they showed me right on their computer, you need to give me at least another $5,000 to buy me out of the problem. Well, they wouldn't even offer me that. They offered me $7,000, so I'm not dealing with them. And we're going to go the legal route, and I'm going to try to get all the money back for the car. Or put a new battery in it, which is what they should have just done. That's all I've asked for from day one when we started having battery issues. And we hit 70%, 65%, 60%, all the way down now to 55% and still dropping like a stone. All you had to do is put a damn battery in there, which included the battery heater, which you're now paying $7,000 to put in my car. But I still have the issue of the engine starting all the time, which is what happens to these Mitsubishi Outlanders when the battery state gets below 70%. The engine starts every time you get in it, so you don't have any small electric trip capability. So if I go from here to the store 6 kilometers away, the engine runs. By the time I get home, the engine's run there and home. I didn't use any electric. And it shows. I used to get 2,000 kilometers a month on electric only. It would always go through the electric before the engine ever started. After owning the car for about 4 years, that changed. It wouldn't do it anymore. And I'd heard every other guy online complaining about the same thing. And I said, you guys are crazy. That's, it's a software update or something. But then it happened to my car, and it's been like that the last 3.5 years. What does Mitsubishi do about it? Nothing. They don't care. The fact that they sell you this car warranty saying the battery will last 10 years and operate the way it's supposed to, they don't tell you that the car is not going to operate the same. It's going to change. The engine's going to start running. I don't even think they knew it was going to do that when they sold these cars. They didn't have a clue what Canadian Northern Hemisphere was going to do to these batteries. The Canadian government has said that they're going to reinstate the full electric EV mandate rebates here in Canada. They were $5,000. And I'm already looking at the Ioniq 9. I think is my top candidate because it gets the most range. And that's the route I think I'm going next year for my birthday, 50th. I'm going to buy myself. The price is crazy, guys. Crazy high. I don't even want to think about it. But it's full electric, and that's what I want. We don't really have the infrastructure up here to support that for this decision. My wife is dead set against it. So she's driving a brand new Mazda CX-90, which we just bought her 6 weeks ago. And it's a PHEV plug-in. She loves it. My wife normally doesn't give two shits about cars, but she loves that car. Could I buy another one of those? Yes, I could. The problem that I find there is that some of these cars don't have a save feature. When you get on the highway, the car still wants to go through the electric. So you're doing 110 kilometers down the highway in her new Mazda, and it's using electric. And I can't tell it to switch because even when you put the car in normal mode, it still uses electric. It does get really good range. I'm getting over 65 kilometers on a charge with that car. So she loves it. I'm happy that she loves it. Great. I'm going to go full electric only because we have two vehicles and Hannah's as a third option backup when Hannah's home. She's home for the summer. She'll be gone off to school again in the fall. But hey, she's here now. And you know what? This 14-year-old Mazda is running better than my 2018 PHEV. So what can I say? Go Mazda. So I've sent all my information off to the APA in Canada. I'm becoming a member for $77 because my father-in-law was a member. He's the one who pointed this out to me. They will fight for you. They do sell vehicles at discounts. They have a lawyer network. They have all kinds of stuff that they do. And it's like $77 a year. So I'm joining. I've sent my information to them. And then the next step for me is a lawyer and not even talking to these guys anymore. I'm just going to drop the car off when it breaks down and say, you know, here's the problem. Not even going to talk to them, or there is no talking to them because they don't want communication. The local dealer just blames Mitsubishi Canada, and Mitsubishi Canada just says, oh, all the dealerships are independent. It's their problem. They'll deal with you. And the local dealer here has told me he will not buy me a battery for that car. 100%, never going to happen. He is not putting a battery in that car. He says it's Mitsubishi Canada's responsibility. He tried to order me a battery, and they canceled it. He sits there and looks me in the eye and says, you have a legitimate complaint, but we can't do anything for you. Well, to me, that says, hey, there's a case that's going to be won before it even starts. When the local dealer says, hey, this guy has legitimacy in his claim, but our manufacturing company is not backing us up, somebody's got to stick up for our rights. I would hope, I would think. Let's get to the bottom of this because that's where this is now going, guys. It's no more Mr. Nice Guy and trying to deal with them and make a deal and buy my car back. I gave them that opportunity and they refused. Nonsensical to offer me $7,000 for that car. Oh, we have to replace the brakes and the windshield. You're not buying me out of this problem. You're just trying to take a car and turn around and flip it and not lose anything. And then what do I get out of it? Nothing. Other than not having to deal with the headache of dealing with you guys. And that would be the easy way out. Right now, I honestly feel that on morality alone, guys, I can't let this go. Because there's 6,000 other guys out there who bought these 2018s and are in the same boat. And I have tried to work with them along the way of doing this car series and being part of these groups. I belong to a dozen groups, guys, that own these vehicles, and we all have the same complaints. We all have the same battery stats. This is an endemic problem with that 2018. Probably with all of them. I don't think they've changed their battery tech even up to this date. They've made the battery bigger, but you're still going to have the same problem. So if you buy one today and you get a 20 kilowatt hour battery, that's what they're projecting they're coming out with next season, great. In 5 years from now, it's still only going to hold 10 kilowatts, right? 50%, the same as the rest of us. They haven't resolved anything. And I'm getting mad. Gage says, Daddy, can we just buy the Ioniq 9 and be done with it? Yes, we can. I think I'm going to.